Alright, good morning. Back out at the field. Only one here this morning. Beautiful morning. It's like 78 degrees. Very, very calm day. 1 mile an hour breeze is all. Can't understand why there's not more people out here. Field's in pretty good shape. Got a looks like some pigs doing some rooting over there, if you can see it. I'll go take a look in a minute. Alright, got the FMS Super EZ. It's been a while since I've shot any video on this. This is my all-time #1 favorite plane. And I say that on several reasons. The flight envelope is pretty good. When it was new and new battery with a GPS logger in there, it'd do about 55 miles an hour at top speed, which is pretty doggone good for a top wing trainer. It'll hold a knife edge, so you can get a little sport flying in with it, moderate sport flying, but yet it'll slow down so slow. It's just unbelievable. The battery loads from the top. I'd say the closest plane to this that I've liked is the Timber. However, the Timber, you load the battery from the bottom and it's just not as conducive to field operations. So overall, just when you weigh every single factor in, I think this here is the best bang for the buck. This, if you shop around, you can get it for $110 to $140, just depending on what time of the year you're looking for it. It's they got a new one out now. V2 comes with floats, or actually floats I think are optional for it. And it has a little updated motor to it, so it's a little more power. Alright, we'll try to keep this in close to us today. Come over here into an east-west pattern. Yeah, this in here, the flight envelope is just incredible. There's no flaps on it, but you can still slow it down pretty good, as you can just see right there in the video. There's no throttle, just coasting. Still no throttle. There, I just got on the band to save it from falling. There's just so many things you can do with this. Even with my old batteries, it's still got a pretty good punch to it. Go up. Coming back in front of us. There's a wheels up pass. Good tight turns. Yep, I gotta tell you, if you told me I could only own one plane and that's all I could have, the Super EZ would be it. Just based on how you can fly it. As you can see, I'm getting just a little squirrely with it, just to kind of milk it out, and sorry about that over here, just to kind of milk it out and show you what you can do, just if you want a little of excitement, but yet you can slow it right back down and just have a really leisure flight with it if you'd like. Touch and go on the long grass over there. Flight times with a 2200, flying it like I am, where it's 60-70% of your time is 3/4 throttle or above, you can easily pull 10 minutes out of it. Easy. If you just fly really slow and more like in a trainer type plane, you can milk it for about 15 minutes. Don't want to get too low. There's a little guardrail fence here in front of us. So I have flown a couple of other planes that I would say fly as good as this one. The reason this one takes my #1 plane overall is just a combination of factors. Price point is obviously a big one. Battery placement, flight time, ease of transport. The wing has 2 little twist connectors. No tools required to take the wing off and on to get it in your car. Put your ailerons on a Y harness, and you can fly on a 4-channel radio. Single wire when you put the wings on is all. Flight envelope. So it's just, if you go down the checklist on things that you're looking for in an airplane, this one really has it all. There's planes out there that'll do a lot better on stall. This one does take about 6 to 8 feet to get off the air if there's no wind. Or if you want to milk a long rollout, you can do that very easily with it. I'd say probably the #1 drawback to this plane, I apologize for that going off, that's my alarm, I can't turn it off with one hand. I'd say the #1 drawback to this plane is the weight. That's the one of the #1 assets, and it's one of the #1 drawbacks, because it gets pushed around in the wind pretty good. I don't really like flying it in more than about 10-mile-an-hour winds. Alright, I'm going to have to set this down and turn this alarm off, because it's not going to auto cancel. Alright, apologize for that alarm. That was to remind me to go fly today. Haha. Alright, we'll see if we'll take off in this long grass. This is about 3-inch tall grass here. And she gets up, struggled a little bit. Definitely had to buzz along there at full throttle. That's one of the things the timber does better. It'll handle the long grass much better than this one will. There's our fun meter going off. Yeah, the timber handles long turf a lot better than this one does, due to a more powerful motor and much larger tires. Alright, and there it is, FMS Super EZ, my #1 all-time favorite plane. I want to try the V2, and I also want to try the Valiant. E-flite has the new, well, it's relatively new, it's probably been out about close to a year, but it's called the Valiant I think it's 1.3 meter. 1.2 or 1.3, I can't remember, but it looks real good. It's actually modeled off the real plane. This is a fictional plane, but I've seen really good things on it. A friend of mine out here at the field has one, and Jim, if you're listening and watch this, get that Valiant ready, man. I want to see it fly. I want to compare it to this thing, but no, I'm just teasing Jim. He's like me, he's got it new in the box. I've got 3 at home in the box that I haven't had time to pull out and play with yet and put them together. So looking forward to the Valiant though, and comparing it to this. This thing, if it had flaps on it and lights, I don't think you could ask for a better overall plane altogether. Wheels are pretty big. There's the radio in relation, so you can kind of get an idea to the size of the wheels, which plays a great big factor on how it handles the grass fields. Alright, FMS Super EZ, all-time #1 favorite plane. Thanks for watching.